Get ready for game-winning plays and last-minute saves. The hottest highlight show in high school sports starts right now. This is Under Armour Highlights of the Week. Hey there, everybody. I'm Rashawn Ali, and welcome to our weekly countdown of the top high school sports highlights from more than 40 states across the country that make up the NFHS network. And we've got another special show just for you guys. This week, it's the most fantastic finishes so far this season, and we kick it off with the winner of last week's wild card matchup as chosen by you, the fans. Coming in at number 5. It's Double OT Thriller, which takes us way north to New Hampshire for the NHIAA Division II Field Hockey Championship. Lebanon takes on Wyndham, the only team to defeat the Raiders on the year. Tied at 1, the Raiders capitalize off a corner as Kendra McDonald finds Emily Perryman.
Centered in here to Perryman. Perryman inside the circle. Puts it on.
Yes.
Emily Perryman!
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Emily Perryman wins it. 4 minutes into overtime number 2.
When we inquired about that game-winning shot, Perryman said, the reverse sweep works for me about once in 100 times. Usually it goes flying over the net, but this time it stayed low. Up next, we hit the ice for bonus hockey, coming in at number 4. It's a game for the ages at the Colorado High School Athletic Association semifinals. Almost 2 hours and 45 minutes into the game, Cherry Creek and Dakota Ridge are still tied and in a sixth overtime. 30 seconds into the period, Cherry Creek's Chris Nitchin has daylight and splits a pair of Dakota Ridge defenders.
Watch as we see Creek make the press. That's a whip, and there's a shot. That's a score. Creek is moving on to the state championship on Saturday. Nitchin, the whip, and that threw the goaltender off. Topside look.
After being shut down in 1987, the Cherry Creek hockey program was recently resurrected in 2012. And not only did the Bruins win this semifinal match, they would go on to win a state title and take first place at U.S. Hockey Nationals. Now that's icing on the cake. We keep things moving with a breathtaking buzzer beater, and it's coming in at number 3. It's the Georgia High School Association 6A semifinals between McEachern and Archer. McEachern has a chance to return to the finals and defend their crown. With time winding down, the Indians put the ball into the hands of All-American guard Taya Cooper.
Newbie goes up in traffic and scores! Game over! Taya Cooper wins it for McEachern with a shot at the buzzer. And McEachern advances to the state championship game with a shot to repeat and defend their crown.
McEachern would go on to win their 3rd state championship, and Cooper would share Co-Player of the Year honors with St. Pius standout Asia Dirt. Congratulations to both ladies. Stay right there. We'll be right back with more highlights of the week right after this.
You know, the Greek philosopher Aristotle said, you are what you repeatedly do. But in our book, we say you are what you repeatedly do when things get hard. When you look at the naysayers and the haters, and there's a million of them, but you take it upon yourself to erase all doubt. Get that doubt out of here. So my apologies to Aristotle, but excellence doesn't become a habit by running the same path over and over. The excellent ones just step up to the line and ask, what's the record? Under Armour, get your feet straight.
Welcome back to Under Armour Highlights of the Week, right here on the NFHS Network. I'm Rashawn Ali. It's time now to dig into the NFHS Network locker to take a look at one of today's top athletes from back in their high school days. Beginning April 30th, 256 college football players will anxiously await to hear if their name is called at the 80th annual NFL Draft. One player almost certain to be on the draft board is wide receiver Sammy Coates. With that in mind, we head to the 2010 Alabama High School Athletic Association 2A Championship between Leroy and Reeltown. In this game, Coates caught 2 touchdown passes and ran for another, scoring more than half of Leroy's points. Leroy coach Danny Powell said, we base our offense on trying to get the ball to our athletes in space and let them make some plays. That's an easy game plan when you've got a talent like Sammy who would earn MVP honors. After having to sit out his entire freshman season at Auburn with a foot injury, Coates bounced back with 2 spectacular seasons for the Tigers and is considered one of the top receivers in a very deep draft. Good luck. The countdown continues with a fairy tale finish coming in at number 2. It's the MIAA Division II Hockey Championship from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. The game pits Falmouth and Wellesley. Falmouth is hoping to win its first girls hockey championship in school history, and freshman Mackenzie Haverhill is determined to make that dream a reality.
Okay, Haverhill trying to get it, and she's going in. Here comes Haverhill for the win. The shot, they score! Mackenzie Haverhill wins it for Falmouth in overtime.
Mackenzie scored 2 goals in the game, including the overtime championship winner. A remarkable performance by the Falmouth freshman. Coming up, it's your chance to get in the game right after this. Welcome back to Under Armour Highlights of the Week on the NFHS Network. I'm Rashawn Ali. It's time now for your chance to get in the game and pick our wild card clip of the week. First up, from the Virginia High School League semifinals, Ocean Lake sophomore Eric Crosby hands out one of the nastiest stiff arms I've ever seen en route to a game-sealing touchdown. In our second clip, in a CIF Southern Section game between Edison and Servite, Servite receiver Osiris St. Brown hurdles an Edison defender and says, "I got reservations for 6." It's stiff arm versus hurdle in our Wow Moments of the Year wild card matchup. To see the full highlights, just go to NFHSnetwork.com/UA Highlights and vote your favorite into next week's show. But please hurry. Voting closes soon. Well, guys, we've reached the end of the show, which could only mean one thing. It's time for the #1 fantastic finish from the 2014-2015 season, and here it is. We head to Madison, Mississippi for the MHSAA 5A Girls Soccer Championship between West Jones and Germantown. Both teams would strike early, and the score would remain tied at 1 throughout regulation and into sudden death overtime. With the clock winding down and West Jones down to a final corner kick, everyone was expecting penalties to follow next.
Your last play of the golden goal opportunities. It's going to ricochet through a defender. Brianna Carr sends it into the goal at the buzzer. The golden goal goes in for West Jones, and they take home the Class 5A state crown.
Brianna Carr, an 8th grader, makes the play of her life and helps her team capture yet another state championship. West Jones successfully completed a back-to-back title run in dramatic fashion, and they also pick up our #1 finish of this season. Congratulations. Hey guys, remember, if you catch a high school highlight worth sharing, we want to see it. So send your best clips to UA Highlights at NFHSnetwork.com, or you can tweet us. Just use the hashtag UA Highlights. We might just feature your school right here on our show. Plus, check out NFHSnetwork.com for the best live and on-demand high school sports action anywhere. I guarantee it. I'm Rashawn Ali, and we'll see you next week, and we thank you so much for watching Under Armour Highlights of the Week on the NFHS Network. Take care.